Today we're going to go and visit part 2. Everybody, welcome to TBC. Sorry, let me fix that. All right, today we're going to go visit the second part of On the Street Homeless in Jamaica, part 2 of 2. So here we go.
There was an unsettling feeling about filming the deportees exited the airport with all their possessions in hand. It's shocking to know that 10% of them would be homeless within 2 weeks.
Hundreds of deportees, involuntary returnees to the euphemism, will be sent from London, sent from England, Great Britain, back to Jamaica because they've committed a crime. Well, as I understand the program, the British High Commission is working diligently on putting a lot of money into the process of ensuring that these people can be reintegrated into Jamaican society. For the protection and benefit of their own country, they are moving these criminals back to Jamaica, but linking them up with community resources, such as ours, if they are from the Portland area, certainly Yvonne's at the Open Arms Drop-In Center, or Joy's in Montego Bay at Kumi, for training, for emotional support, for job placement, for shelter, and so forth. But I think there needs to be more of that, and I think the United States government, through its embassy, needs to make more of a financial commitment to help provide re-entry into the Jamaican society of people who are deported from the U.S. My understanding is that there's little effort.
Not knowing how you will pick up the pieces after.
What are we doing? Wow!
How long are you on the road there now?
We just come here with a while ago.
But them say some people, everybody on the street like that mad. Are you mad?
No.
Are you seeing?
No.
How long have you been living on the street?
About get to them there, come to the road.
Yeah. What's your name?
Errol, my name.
Errol, how long? Errol, where you from?
2800 King Street.
That's where you born?
Yeah, that's my born.
Montego Bay is a major tourist resort and the city with the second largest homeless population. Here, the mentally ill and drug addicts roam the streets, creating bad images for both visitors and residents alike. Over the years, numerous attempts have been made to rid Mobay's streets of those some refer to as eyesores. And on one occasion, in July 1999, members of the local police, the parish council, and persons unknown gagged and bound some 32 street persons, then transported them to a remote section of St. Elizabeth.
Concerns have always been raised about homeless persons walking the streets in our resort town. It certainly doesn't present a good image to the visitors, and naturally the intention was to sanitize the town, to get rid of these homeless people so that the place didn't look unattractive to the visitors. And out of that, an unfortunate decision was taken and the act was carried out.
In an effort to clean up our tourist mecca, 32 street persons had their constitutional rights abused. And as a result, some were awarded $20,000 monthly as compensation for the rest of their lives. Our visit to Montego Bay began at the Fisherman's Beach, where an ex-convict with nowhere to call home shared his story.
Asman Earl. A long time now, I'm sleeping. Good time now. Right now, maybe I have a toothpaste and a toothbrush, a toothbrush and the toothpaste and my clothes. And my clothes me up on my back in a bath, my shirt and a pants, I mean, I have nowhere to live, I have nowhere to put it down. Right now, we need a place and nowhere to. Everything you put on, you see a man just something put on side eye, and then try to make war with me. Everything put on me. A house, some can live in and a car can drive and some money can spend and eat food and I suppose to have a better woman to live with and a woman to live with. I'm food and feeding now, people give me no to live, they not give me no clothes, they not give me no food, they not get nothing to feed, no money at all. So many people come buy fish and they not give me a work. Them man stop me from getting it. They try to class me the most weird and try to clear out that kind of thing. Right, and I'm still hungry in the bath.
More than one sick people. People in good deal with drugs. Mad people. All of them come at night time. Then they watch me TV till daylight. They all work on the beach. So down here, so now, nobody won't come here going to interrupt anyone. So all of those things, and just stay on, out. Unless I send them go buy something.
It's a place where a lot of homeless people, mad people.
Yeah, when they're ready. When them come pick up their little weed butt, and cigarette butt, and smoke. Yeah.
Leaving the beach, our next stop was at this bus shed on Howard Cook Boulevard.
The offset from the book. The book is a thing that take you out to the street.
Here, another ex-convict, but this time, one who was mentally ill and who loved writing, had this to say.
So why you leave from Narberth and come here?
This may be attracted to the prison,
You went to prison?
From 1978.
How long you been doing this book?
Years, man. From left prison, man.
Shawin, Overin, Javu, Hawin, that's what it says. You laugh, ain't it,
Under the bridge, next door to Catherine Hall, the home of Sumpest, you will find a deportee hangout.
They sleep like on the bank pays, the store place pays, and such like. Like she is a deportee, have nowhere to live.
She was deported from Canada?
Canada.
Did he commit a crime while he was deported?
No, I'm actually not a deportee. I just come back here for early retirement.
Early retirement?
Yeah, I'm 51 right now.
So how long have you been back in Jamaica?
Oh, about 10 years.
Definitely she would like somewhere to live. Even a little board house.
Here, men and women share food, drugs, and other favors. Kumi, the commitment for the upliftment of the mentally ill, began in 1999 after the Street People debacle.
I am Dr. Pernell Bell. I'm a clinical psychologist here at Kumi.
I'm Joy Crooks. I'm the nurse administrator that runs Kumi.
Their main aim is to care for the street people of Montego Bay.
We started out as a group of concerned citizens and with the parish council and the citizens because of the population of homeless persons on the street of Montego Bay. And a great portion of them were they considered to have mental illness. So a year later, when we've assessed the situation, we opened this facility in 1991. And we started as a committee. That's why it's called Kumi. This stands for the Committee for the Upliftment of the Mentally Ill. And the Rehabilitation Center services came about to collaborate with the hospital to follow up with follow-up care after these homeless persons who were mentally ill, were admitted to the hospital and rehabilitated and sent back into the community. For those who didn't have mental illness, we also worked at the time with a social service group to provide meals and luncheon downtown at certain times in the day and invite them here to the rehab center for bathing and changing of clothing. We've had very good success for the ones who were not homeless, who were not mentally ill, just homeless. We were able to help them to make contacts with family members, and they could go back and integrate into the setting in a home setting, or they could get work. And then with working, they were able to rent low-income housing, or we could sign them on to the social programs that are available so they could get some help to help themselves to integrate back into normal life. For the ones who were mentally ill, we were able to work with the hospital, the mental health department, and rehabilitated over 1,000 clients. 750 of our clients that we have rehabilitated have gone back into the community as highly functional, working, independent individuals and still managing their mental illness.
Well, the challenge is in terms of funding, but over the years we have put in place a trust fund that has significantly helped us in carrying out our functions here in helping the homeless individuals as well as the mentally ill.
So how much?
Without realizing, many of us are just a few paychecks or salaries away from homelessness.
I have a son and a daughter, and I have a little house in Denham Town where they try to help me. They have their children, but they try to help me. That's a adult on the street. But that's that adult on the street by stretching out my hand, getting something from someone. Someone will give me something still, but not directly coming out to come on the street to move around and, you know. But what I give God thanks for, I have 2 children that they try to help me in the little way they can.
What happened to your parents? What happened to your family?
They just abandoned me.
They abandoned you? So you don't take you back when you go back home?
Yeah, but they don't take me. Somebody in the house to beside, because they don't have it. Like how you have milk food now, that's why they don't have it.
You have your home? No, sir. Where you live? You don't live nowhere. You don't live anywhere? No, sir. How long now you don't live anywhere?
Since December.
In December, what make you don't live anywhere?
When we went going to room from, she said she wanted for her people to come from foreign and I beg them to come. So she begged me to get in the room. And maybe because she told me too much about to rent and you know she said. So maybe I the room and find that we can pick up no room for myself.
My family, you know, really, you know, all overseas, you know. I have their mother and my children, you know. When should I treat them a little bit better, you know? I can't believe some cash with them, man. It's like we subsidize people are foreign and we subsidize them out here and we subsidize, you know. So I look like an idiot, you know. So we need me lot of money, you know. Because when they go overseas, we take care of them, you know. I know me earn $5.
Natural disasters, fire, violence, loss of jobs, mental and physical health can put any of us on the streets.
Who is Danny Germs? Danny Germs, shall I sing? You see the pan road, play cricket and football for the West Indies. You know? Play cricket for the West Indies and football and fan up yard. And how shall I sing? Play test cricket, you know. You know, and West Indies cricket board, you know, should have done, you know, a little more. I think the situation of, you know, people like, you know, China and certain people, you know, You know, I'm supposed to look out for us a little bit more, you know, West Indies Cricket Board. Because I went in there now, Trinidad, we win this earlier Constantine Award, you know. And even the award money, you know, I haven't gotten it yet, you know. I should look out for me a little bit better than that still.
Danny, how did you come by to really start in this situation now?
Pressure, you know, and, you know, when you used to know, say you used to have some dollars and you have no dollars some more and you trust people and people let it down. Frustrating, you know, so you drive you out on the road and things.
I did have my 2 foot and see where I reach in a wheelchair, but try hold up my head and try to live up.
What are your suggestions? How can you help to solve the homeless problem?
Government should find somewhere to put them because they are not living anywhere.
And what are some of the things that happen to them while they're on the street?
Some of them are mad, some of them need food, clothing and shelter. Some of them don't have anywhere to live.
Well, what the government, you can't put everything down on the government still, but we have to try to help the government too. What we could do, get a place, get it clean out, get some people there who can get them bed, give them meals 3 times a day and they have somewhere to sleep.
The main reason why they're on the street, it is very obvious. They're homeless, as they are so called. So we need to provide a facility that can house them, whether indigent housing or whatever it may be. The infirmary is another option. A lot of persons are not aware of the infirmary. I know these persons are mentally challenged, but the infirmary or the poor relief department also assists the persons who are homeless.
Feed them, that would be the most important thing, and see to it that them are right. But government can help them, but them just neglectful not to, because them have the money what them can do it. But on the street is better for them because then it won't cost them.
Well, right now the people them that is homeless, they need more shelter, more people to take care of them. They need better medication. They are not getting certain things that they need. They need food, clothing, somewhere where they can rest their head at night. And that is what lacking. Because from you're a homeless or a disabled or something like that, they don't look on you because you're nobody anymore. You have to be strong and who they can maybe, what you would call it now, get something from, or have something to give them, but from you are disabled, they just walk their foot on you.
Well, they really have a hard time, you know, because financial-wise, they need the support, you know. And some of them, you know, ungrateful to them family, you know, because some of them have some good family in society who can really help them. You understand? But even some people now, the children, them know to take care of the children, them. So, in the long run now, they make it in life, so them don't look on them parents. Yeah, so they need to get themselves straightened up back and remember God in prayer, give them life to the Lord, because there's nothing can beat God, right, sir? If you travel to Church House, the head office of the Anglican Church, which is situated in the Crossroads area of Kingston, on the second Friday of every month, you will find people coming from all over the corporate area, and some from as far as the parishes of St. Thomas and St. Catherine, to take advantage of the Anglicans' impressive feeding program.
The soup kitchen is run every other week here at the center, where people from any walks of life just come and we just hand them a cup of soup. At 1 o'clock we start. We go on. Sometimes we have up to 105 persons that we serve the soup. These persons are actually not working. They are what you call homeless. Some of them live in the gully. Some of them just sleep on the street. After we finish, for those who can come into the center, we serve them. For those who can't come, we go on the street and we serve them a meal. And they are thankful.
We are from the Sabbath School and Lay Preachers, Lay Workers Federation. And this is our Labor Day project to feed the homeless breakfast.
You are from Punchtown?
No, we are from different areas in St. Catherine. We have a number of projects. Each month we do a different project. So for this month, we decided to focus on the homeless.
These church people are not alone. The city spirit in Montego Bay, the Salvation Army food programs, Food for the Poor, the Missionaries for the Poor, Church on the Rock, and others are called givers by the street people and are held in high esteem.
The Portland Rehab Center is a facility which operates as a charity, which is entrusted by the Portland Parish Council, the local government, to deliver a daycare program as well as provide night shelter and meals and clothing and other elements of support to persons who have been called street people. There are approximately 35 individuals who had called the gutters or the alleyways of Port Antonio their bedrooms. And Portland Rehab Center is housing about half of them and providing daycare to an additional 4 or 5. So in a nutshell, we provide food, clothing, shelter, assistance with medical and psychiatric care and other services, and friendship and support to some 20 homeless people of Greater Port Antonio.
Dr. Abel, Professor Rhodes, and the street people themselves believe that more needs to be done.
Mentally ill persons on the street could sometimes be at risk to others. You know, they may become violent, they may attack persons, but that's not a common occurrence. But, you know, I mean, every now and then you'll have reports of somebody probably throwing a stone, hurting somebody, or destroying property and so on. So these are real concerns. And I think, you know, just having people who are filthy, people who probably sometimes are naked, just walking around the city, it really does not, it's not a healthy situation, and it certainly takes away from the aesthetics of the environment, and therefore, I mean, it really is something that as a society we need to address.
In the streets of Port Antonio, we had one woman who would walk around naked except for a dirty pair of underpants. In the middle of daytime, in the middle of town, walking in banks, throwing stones and sticks and screaming, you know, obviously psychotic, deranged, filthy, naked. That shouldn't be.
Sometimes the young people, them throw a stone on them, chop them up, because I saw a man with a sick foot. He want to go to the public and there's no one there to send him to the camp to public to get some attendance. So just on the street like that, and he put his mashing out.
The woman will face a man approaching them at night. And this is why the center do never reject the woman. If they go to the station, they fear also being at the station. So we always, the police will carry them, and that is the greatest gift. Once a policeman, for the ones that often come to this center, once they see a lady out there, they take them here. And we just bed them down for the night. We don't ask no question, we just bed them down. And that to me is very good. Because when the man can rough it on the street, for me it's hard to see a lady sleeping on the street. Most of these women, you find that they are mentally challenged, and this is why they are on the street. They are mentally challenged. You just need to get to them. You just need to reach out. Once you are able to reach out to them, they will come because they see you as a caring person.
Give them a room, somebody build a one room and give each one of them. Give a little, you know, to the street, put them and help them because, you know, for unfortunate circumstances, you know, you may not know what will happen in the future.
If you have been moved by images you have seen in this documentary and would like to help, you can call Food for the Poor at 984-5005 or visit their website at foodforthepoor.org. You can also email them at contactjamaica@foodforthepoor.com.
Okay, that was today's video. I've been to Jamaica, and It's not pretty. It's not pretty in any country, especially when the country depends on tourism for their livelihood. So, it's really a tough situation for everybody around, for the homeless themselves, and then also for the people who want to help them. And we all know that the government only does so much, and it's left up to private community. Okay. I created this channel to raise awareness for the people in need. Those people might include the homelessness, runaways, people living below poverty, drug users who are trying to get clean, etc. There are numerous people in so many categories which need to be brought to the forefront. If you have what you need to be grateful, as there are many that do not have. I am not saying that the rich should support everybody, but I want to make it clear that with proper planning, education, help with changing mindsets, we can make a difference. We will never eradicate the poor because, believe it or not, it's a huge moneymaker for governments. Just like Big Pharma will never release all the medications or treatments that would cure so many diseases, because they would lose major profits when doing so. My prayer for everyone is that God will provide everyone with peace, love, abundance, health, happiness, and a good life. Be grateful. Have a blessed day. Catch you tomorrow. Ciao.